It was a efficient night for us, and I thought we were good offensively and defensively. And I think when we put some players in off the bench, we didn't skip a beat. But I especially thought, our pin hitters were really strong tonight, and really, especially, I thought Tori's rhythm was in connection with Rachel was about as good as it's been in a while. So happy to get the win.
Valeria, on Friday, they all, Coach, Olivia, and Emmy, thank you, my brain's not working yet, talked about how they weren't content with the defensive presence. You guys obviously were better today. What did you think was just going better defensively?
I think just trusting in our preparation. I think we have a lefty in our team. His name is Kellen Patron. And I think we were preparing for her, and I think we were just trusting in our preparation, and that's what we did.
Tori, Coach mentioned your connection with Rachel. How has that grown over the season? How do you think how do you think that connection has been able to make you guys both so successful this season?
Yeah, I think we've been growing in our connection like every game. And I think, like Fish said, I was in a good rhythm with her, and we're working a lot in practice to get me more available in the back row. So I think that, like today, we showed that, and it's just been nice to continue to grow with Rach.
Dan, at one point during the game, you took out Rachel and had 4 hitters on the floor, no setter. What's the benefit?
Also setter?
You were the setter, yes. No. What's the benefit of running a rotation like that?
Well, Blair's obviously gives us a more physical block than Rachel, and when we do it, there's different rows we can do it in, but when Valeria's a very good setter, and so is Tori. Tori actually used to be a setter at one point in high school, and so we feel like we're still capable of being good in transition without a true setter on the floor.
Coach, how have you seen Mallory improve on the service line throughout the season?
Well, she started out, tonight was really good to see, because she started out the season kind of just on fire. Just kind of freshman, came out and was really going on a lot of runs and had I wouldn't say she was serving bad, but it wasn't quite as tough, and it wasn't going on the same run. So I was pleased to see her take advantage of her opportunity.
Valeria and Tori, are you guys able to enjoy yourselves maybe a little bit more in a game like this when there's not so much, pressure, it's not too close?
Sure. I feel like we always try to still act like a pro, but still enjoy those moments. We don't.
I think we still maintain our high standards.
For
So it's
sure.
always a bit of pressure because we want to be Pitt good. And
Yeah.
I think that when we don't perform up to what we know we can, it's not fun. So
Yeah.
Tori, you hit over 400 once again. What's the biggest difference between last year and this year with your efficient hitting this season?
I like to get better by the year, so I think it's just more experience, and the connection with Rachel's gotten better. But I think I talked to Fish a lot about this, but being disciplined in not only volleyball but my life, and having a consistent regimen that I can stick to. So it's nice to come out and perform at my best after my preparation to be my best.
Coach, it's been 5 straight sellouts at the Fitz. What's it been like just having the fans here, and also just knowing that almost every single match there's just no tickets available? It seems like the demand for the product you guys are putting out is at its all-time highest.
Yeah, it's a great feeling, and I kind of had that thought ran in my mind today. I was like, oh yeah, it's another sellout, and then I kind of reminded myself, oh, that would have been a dream years ago. So we appreciate it, we expect it, but we're still grateful.
Dan, you guys have been playing well all season, but with 6 games left in the regular season, do you really feel like you're peaking when you want to be, I guess?
Yeah, well, the ultimate test will will be in December, but that was one of the, kind of what I was alluding to is, I really liked seeing, especially Tori's connection with Rachel, because that's, we want them to be, we want Tori to be in rhythm all the time, and I thought she essentially was, and even when she got balls a little bit off the net, she kept herself in rhythm too, and I think, I've kind of said this before, but if you have 2 of 3 pins, scoring at a really high level, you're a tough team to beat in the tournament. And so I would prefer all 3 of our pins to be doing that, but I was happy tonight.
Coach, I mean, obviously with North Carolina this weekend, and you also have Florida State and Miami next weekend, it just seems like the ACC continues to have high quality teams for you to face. I mean, how much has that benefited you and your team this season and going into the NCAA tournament?
A lot, and it's not going to get any easier, right? What you're saying, we have 2 top 50, on the edge of top 25 teams coming this weekend, and then it's going to keep happening every weekend. So that's what we'll need to do in the tournament is, as you advance, it doesn't get easier, so we'll be ready.
Does it feel like for the players it gets easier? Like, you don't really know it yet, but whenever you get to the tournament, you're playing tournament teams all the time. Does it make it, you feel more confident coming into the tournament because you're playing all these teams that are most likely going to be in the tournament rather than some teams that weren't even close last year?
For sure. I think like the ACC this year has gone so much better, and it just prepares us for the tournament. Like, we played against a good team. We're used to it, and we can do it, so.
Tori and Valeria asked this on Friday, but your team is really good at serving. You have 5 of the top 25 servers on your team. What did you guys do in the off season to really step that up?
I mean, I think serving is such a thing that you can do on your own, like when you're home or anything. And Fish told us that when you're after a season, we saw it last year how Texas won by serving really hard, and that is one of the skills that you can do on your own, as I mentioned before. So I think just putting alone time, and I think we've been doing new drills that helped us.
Don't tell me.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
No, I won't. But I was gonna say.
Yeah.
Let's keep it that.
New secret drills.
Secret drills.
Secret drills.
Yeah, it's very individual, and I think we've spent time to do it and perfect our serving skills.
Valeria, you've been doing it for a while, but how did the celebration originate?
I think it just started from Puerto Rico. It's so normal to do it there, and with the national team, all the girls have a celebration, and I just kind of wanted to bring that here.
Dale.
Coach, you've held another team to negative hitting percentage. How important is the play of Bree and Ryla in making sure that just making sure you guys are dominating at the net?
Really important, and they've worked really hard at it. Ryla is determined to keep getting better, and Bree is very good, but still works hard every day at it. And so I thought both were really good at the net tonight.
Any last questions for Coach Usuna?